Hey, all right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Look at this morning. Isn't it glorious? Look at that view. It is just spectacular. I tell you, I never get tired of it. Never get tired of it. So it's Build Wealth Wednesdays. And today we talk about little tips, little strategies, little techniques that you can adopt to take you closer to financial freedom. And when I'm talking about financial freedom, when I want you to understand something, that financial freedom doesn't mean necessarily the Warren Buffett type of freedom. I'm talking about financial freedom in terms of giving you freedom in your life. But before I go on, let me introduce myself. My name is Judy V, and I work with entrepreneurially minded people to get financial freedom so that they can have the freedom that they deserve. Now, freedom is about life freedom, freedom of choice, freedom of how you spend your day, freedom to create what it is you would love to be, do, and have in your life. It's not exchanging time for money. It's getting to a point in time in life where you're not exchanging time for money, and you have freedom for choice, freedom to do as your heart desires. And that, guys, is what I want to speak about today. It's your life and your legacy. We all desire, we all would love to matter. We all have this burning desire to matter. We all have this burning desire to leave an imprint on life, don't we? We all have a desire to leave something significant, that we mattered, that we left an imprint on this planet. We all have that desire, whether it be change the world, create massive paradigm shifts in society, or whether it's to rear incredible children or write a book, whatever it might be. It's different for everybody. And that's one way of looking at your life. But there's another way of looking at it, and that is that your life, by its very definition, is your legacy. Every moment, every breath, every day is your legacy. The one quickest, fastest, most powerful way to literally have a legacy life is to live by what your heart desires. What is it that you truly desire? That is literally the fastest, the most powerful, the most significant, and the most authentic way that you will leave the legacy that you're destined to leave for your time on this planet. But it's more than that. It is about living a legacy, living your legacy whilst you're living and breathing, once you have this incredible gift of life. And one of the things I've been saying a lot in my challenge that I'm running at the moment, the 15-day recharge challenge, is that it's not only your birthright to live your life by what your heart desires, it's actually also your obligation. You've been given the gift of life. You've been given phenomenal opportunities with every breath that you take. It is wrong. It is shame. It is just, it's beyond my comprehension as to why we would not also see it as an obligation to fulfill our heart's desires every single minute of every single day. Now, when I'm talking about your heart desires, guys, I am not talking about fantasies. I'm not talking about something that you might think you want. I'm talking about real heart desires. Hopefully I'm still live here. I look like I'm frozen. But I'm talking about real heart desires. I'm talking about what comes from your true heart and soul. And this is the problem that so many people don't know, and this is why people make up all sorts of reasons why they're not living to their fullest potential, or all sorts of reasons why they can't do this or won't do that, or they'll never be able to do this. Because, guys, this is the thing. we are programmed into a human condition to live finite, to live subordinated by what society says we should be doing, having, and being. That becomes the norm, and we chase our tail trying to be the norm. I had a very interesting mentor session yesterday with the group who are doing the 15-day challenge. It was extremely interesting because I always say that I work with entrepreneurially minded people, and people think automatically assume that I'm talking about entrepreneurs. But what is my definition of an entrepreneur is somebody that takes responsibility for creating the freedom in their life. It's a different mindset. So it doesn't matter if you're employed or you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, you're a innovator, it doesn't matter. And the interesting thing that came up in the mentor session yesterday was that they have limited opportunities because they're employed, their income is fixed, so how can they get freedom and things like that. And this is when I started talking about the fact that it does not matter if you are an entrepreneur in the traditional sense of the word or you're employed. The same opportunities exist. It's about a mindset, it's about an approach. And the more in which, if you're employed, you adopt the entrepreneurial approach to your career, to your work, to your job, the more empowered you are, the less subordinated you are to outside authorities, and the more you will position yourself as the go-to person, as the expert, and the more that you can demand what you are worth, and be paid what you are worth, and you will never be in a situation where you are told what you're worth. You can only get a 10% increase or a 5% increase this year, or the company's struggling because we haven't done X, Y, and Z, or your productivity wasn't great. Our whole mentor session yesterday, we covered a lot of this, saying there is absolutely no ways there's your heart desire being told that. If that is your reality, shift it out. It's time to shift it out. It's time to become the expert. It's time to follow your heart's desires and start focusing on creating freedom in your life. And you can do that even when you are employed. Very much when you are employed. Very, very much. It's all about perspective. Okay, following your heart's desires. No one has the right to tell you what you can and cannot have, what you deserve and don't deserve, obviously within the realms of what I suppose legals. Okay, we can't go around murdering other people, but I'm talking about what our heart's desires. Okay, we're talking about what it is we were born to be, do, and have, right? To live a fulfilled, enriched, and free life. It's all about mindset. And once you start shifting that mindset, when you start understanding what it is your heart desires, and it doesn't matter what it is that you do, because remember, whatever it is you're doing with your everyday life, that's the effect of what's going on inside. Shift the cause. In other words, connect with your heart desires. Connect with what your heart truly desires. Be that, do that, have that. The effect changes. Everything in your life changes. The programmed human condition is that we are constantly trying to change the effect. Like we don't have enough money and we're employed, we go and look for another job but more money, only to find that after a few months that is not fulfilling any longer, so we're unhappy. So we spend another year or 2 years in that job unhappy before we go and look for another job. That's just trying to change the effect. Change the cause, understand what it is that your heart truly desires. Be that, live that, own that, deserve it, because you do, but acknowledge that you do, and thrive in that space, and the whole effect changes. Everything changes. Because you deserve the freedom that wealth brings, and you deserve the freedom to be, do, and have what your heart desires. Not only do you deserve it, not only is it your birthright, but it is also your obligation to fulfill your potential in this lifetime, because you were given a tremendous gift of life. So that's the message I wanted to leave with you today on Build Wealth Wednesdays. And essentially that it doesn't matter if you've got your own business, it doesn't matter if you're self-employed, if you're an entrepreneur or you are employed, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's about focusing on the cause, focusing on what it is your heart desires, getting clear about what it is your heart truly desires, not a fantasy. Because you might say, well, my heart desires to win a lottery. No, it doesn't. That's the ego. That's the immediate gratification. That is the fight or flight. That's the polarized ego that's driving that. That is not a heart desire. You're not born with a desire to win the lottery. Okay, so, but you might be born with a desire to have the wealth to fulfill what it is you would love to be, where you'd love to live, how you'd love to live. That, absolutely. And that's why I say you deserve the wealth. You deserve the freedom that wealth brings, because wealth is there to support your heart desires. Financial wealth I'm talking about now. Financial wealth is there to support your financial desire, your heart's desires. So I'm going to finish off with this one thing, and I say it over and over again. You were born with a vision of what you would love to create in this life. You have a desire to fulfill what you would love to fill your day with, what you would love to be, do, and have in life. So that is something that's part of the gift you were given when you were born. Then why would you think for a moment that the universe, God, or nature would not also give you, one, the abilities and the skills and the talents to create the wealth to support that, and two, you wouldn't deserve it? Because you do. As a newborn baby, when you look at a newborn baby, you know that child deserves everything he can possibly get. You see a life of pure potentiality when you have a newborn, when you look at a newborn baby. Same with you. Do you know what? Nothing's changed except time. Just some time has passed. That's all. Time goes like that. You are as deserving as the newborn that you were. So go claim it. Reconnect with your heart desires in all areas of life. Start shifting that cause and watch how the effect changes around you, and you start bringing freedom into your life, the freedom that really matters, and the wealth to support that what matters. All right, guys, take care and have a wonderful day. If you're not on the challenge, we've got a couple of days left. I'll put the link into the Wealth Breakthrough Facebook group where it's all happening, and I would love to have you there. Take care, guys. Bye.